Hello and welcome to VR Cricket Guy channel. You may be watching this video because you may have seen some of my videos on TikTok or Instagram, and you may be wondering how the hell you can go and play iBCricket yourself. So I thought I'd make this little video basically how to get started playing iBCricket. Now obviously the first thing you're going to need is the Oculus 2 Quest headset. I've put links in the description below. If you're in the UK, use the Amazon link, but if you're not in the UK, then there's also a link for non-UK people as well. The UK one will take you to Amazon, so you can buy the Oculus Quest there from Amazon, and the non-UK one will be directly to the Meta store. So once you have your Oculus, you're going to need to download the actual game to the headset. Now to do this, I've placed a link in my description below, which will take you directly to the iBCricket downloads page. Using that link, you will get a massive 25% off the normal price. So use that link as soon as you can, as soon as you get your Oculus, as soon as you want to start playing iBCricket. One of the other main things you're going to need is plenty of room. Now for me, the only place I can play is in the middle of my kitchen. What you're going to need is enough space to swing a bat around. I mean, this is the iBCricket bat. This is my original bat that I first made, and this is another bat that I was sent very kindly by Minky Tom. And you'll notice they've all been cut down. Now there's a reason for that. The reason they've been cut down is so when you swing the bat around, you're not going to be smashing the walls or windows. Yes, it's only a little bit cut off. It's about half, so basically you've got a bat that's half the size, and you're going to need that really to make sure you can be able to swing the bat around. If you haven't got a bat and you don't want to go through the whole process of making one, going through the process of ordering one from iBCricket, you can actually play iBCricket just using the one hand controller. Now when I first started playing, this is how I did it. I just used one hand controller, but I did find my hands are basically too big to really hold the one controller. So all I was doing for the first month or so was just playing with one hand, like using the top hand of the bat and just stroking the ball around nicely, just like that. It felt quite natural. It was a great way to get started, basically. So obviously when you're playing cricket outdoors, or you're practicing the shots, I would normally just practice with my top hand anyway, so playing with one controller was actually quite nice. Big drawback, it's difficult to play pull shots, it's difficult to cut the ball, it's also very difficult to play with your legs just using the one controller. But as soon as you decide to get a bat, you'll find it so much more immersive. I can't stress how much you will need really to get a bat attached to your controller to make the most out of playing iBCricket. So that's the basics sorted out really. The headset, the bats, the room you'll need to be able to swing bats around. So I think the best thing now is to jump into iBCricket and let's have a look at some of the features. Okay, now once you're inside iBCricket, you're going to see lots of different menus. They all look a bit daunting at first, but don't worry, let's just go through some of the main ones. Now I recommend just jumping straight into coaching and practice. There's net practice, there's coaching, and there's stadium practice. I would jump straight into stadium practice. Now, what I'm going to say now may sound a little bit strange, but I would recommend just jumping straight in and playing on the insane bowling difficulty, all lines, all lengths, red ball. Let's just stay with normal ball selection at the moment. Right arm over, a fast bowler on a normal pitch, right-handed. If you're left-handed, obviously you've got to press left-handed. Also, make sure your bat shield is set to 0. Now that means you're playing with a normal size bat. If you start messing around with your bat size, you can make your bat size 20% bigger, 30%, 40%, up to 100% bigger than it actually is. I've never used a bat shield. Okay, I really hate the fact that bat shield is included because it becomes then an arcade game. And to me personally, just my personal view, I hate anything to do with cricket and arcade. It's really annoying. Anytime I've played console cricket games, I've always found it just so much like an arcade game. But playing in low back shield and playing in the insane bowling difficulty, and then obviously once you get better, you go to ultra insane. But for the time being, I'll stick with insane. But the reason for this is I found just jumping straight in to the insane bowling difficulty. So you're going to be facing balls on this level between 80 to 90, a little bit more than 90 miles an hour. And the reason I say this is because it just makes you jump straight into what I would call a normal match environment. So this is basically like a net practice, but in a real life environment. So you've got your fielders, a nice normal pitch, the boundaries there, the umpires are in there as well. And so from here, we just go ahead and just do some practice really. So all we're going to do is just face a few deliveries. So nice and simple, just as you would do the normal match. I found it quite easy to get into the mode of believing I'm at a village ground facing a village bowler. And there you go, so you've got 90 miles an hour, 91 miles an hour bowling. Oh, there's an edge. And third man is there to collect it. And there's a cut shot over the top. That's 4 for 4. Right, so that's basically your practice ground. It's a lovely environment, lovely view. Let's come out of that now. Now, when you see me playing iBCricket on TikTok or Instagram, the majority of the time I'm playing in a quick start match. So I'll guide you through that. So quick match, just press go, and then you'll find yourself in the quick match setup. What I normally do is I have 10 wickets, a day match, ultra insane bowling on a bouncy wicket. Okay, again, you may want to start off with the insane bowling, but I've sort of progressed to the ultra insane bowling these days. And then you can select who you want to play against. It says play with, but it actually means play against. There's also a weekly and all-time leaderboard. So this is the weekly one. This week my highest score so far has been 223, so I'm 9th on the board. All-time, I'm 33rd. That board just goes with the type of bowling you're playing against, I think. So against the ultra insane bowlers, I've scored the 33rd highest score of all time. There's been some ridiculous scores like 774, 686. So yeah, those top 3 there are miles ahead of, God knows how they do that. But the other most important thing is unlimited overs and also no back shield. I can't stress how much you need to play with no back shield to get the most out of this game. Otherwise, it just becomes too easy and you'll never really get used to playing it with no back shield in future. It's only my opinion, but I just jumped straight in and played on the hardest level with no back shield just to get used to the game and play it properly, really. Right, so yeah, so once we've done all that, go ahead and press play and you'll find yourself in one of the excellent iBCricket stadiums. Now with my team, what I've done, I've actually edited all the names. You might find when you first start playing is the batsman will be bat 1, bat 2, bat 3, bat 4, all the way to number 11. There is a facility to edit all the names, and there is a video about that on my channel somewhere. It's called How to Edit the Names, so go ahead, check that out once you've got used to the game and want to change the name. So we'll just crack on and play with Gooch and Cook for a little while, just to talk you through the game once you're up and running. So you have all the types of bowlers. I think this is a left arm, I think it's a fast medium, and the back feels weird. There's a 4 there. Right, so looking around, obviously you've got your fielders, you've got the crowds, you've got lovely scoreboards. Scoreboard there, so that's 97 miles an hour. Also it shows the all-time records as well, so it's something for you to chase. Now obviously you haven't got legs. If you look down, there's no legs. You haven't got legs in VR at all. So when iBCricket, there are no legs, so there's no LBW. So against left armers, it's a bit of a pain. Now the fielder will change around. The more ones you score in certain areas, it will actually change. So if you start like I do, scoring a lot of shots through the offside, eventually they put a cover in position to stop you scoring so many runs in the area. What else can I tell you? Yeah, obviously scoring runs, you don't actually run. That'd be a nightmare if you had to run yourself. What all happens is the computer or the AI will decide how much each shot is worth. So that was worth 1. It's all to do with where the ball goes and how long it takes a fielding team to retrieve the ball. So when you hit the ball towards a boundary and it just rolls up before the boundary, it's more likely to be 3 runs. Where's that gone? There you go, there's an edge. So all the shots are available, plenty of edges in my games. There we go, plenty of runs on the outside. You've got a fielding position icon in front of you, so you can just quickly look up and find out where the fielders are. I think I played it over straight to mid-off. So again, caught out mid-off. But the fielding team will drop it as well, so if you think you're going to get out, sometimes you do get dropped. Oh, that's good bowling. Oh, I didn't wait for that. A short ball. That was 95 miles an hour, so that probably would have hit me in real life. So let's face one more ball and then wrap things up. There we go, I missed that one, but anyway. So that gives you basically the gist of the game. Okay, so there you go. There's my little video about how to get started playing iBCricket. Please check out all the links below to purchase the Oculus 2, download the iBCricket game, and also there's other links to bats, carry cases and other accessories as well. Right, that's it from me. Hope you enjoy playing iBCricket as much as I do. So for now, cheers and cheerio.